Nice to meet you, Andres. Wheel
Yeah.
of Time season 2. It looks absolutely incredible. Bringing this fantasy world to life. This one's for Ondrej Nekvasil. How did you approach the design of like all the different locations and giving them all kind of like their unique flavor, but making them all seem like they're part of the same world still?
So we always started, back in the books, and we did like with the help of our researcher, did like a kind of search for every single mentioning of that space in the books, in the original books, and even like it was just a one sentence or like a small chapter that we had anything about the description of that place. That was the start, and after we did a big research, like combining the architecture, design, and the details from all around the world, and we kind of mix these pieces together and create like our own world. So as I described, like that key inspiration for our world is actually our cast, because as you can see, our cast is the multi-ethnic cast, and it's coming from one village. So we are saying, okay, this village couldn't look like Alpine village, or couldn't look like some village in European mountains or in China mountains. So, but it has a kind of flavor and details which are kind of mixture of all of these villages which we research, and we did like so there are details which are coming really from Japan. Something is Chinese, something is European style of the Alpine village, and we kind of combine these pieces together, create the world, and that's how we approach each set. So that's kind of like our way to work. But there's a lot of research, a lot of visual research, and we are creating like a big boards full of pictures, and that's kind of our first step into the world.
Now that you mentioned, I could kind of see like how you're kind of mixing like architecture structure. That's really cool. That's really cool. Next question for Mr. Neirostek. Kind of along the same lines, but it's a fantasy. There's a lot of magical elements, and it looks very out of this world, but still feels grounded in reality. How do you find that balance of like magic and still feeling like it's still part of or something that we could see in real life?
Yeah, as you said, it's a balance, between real world and magic world. Magic world is there done mostly by that visual effects team, and the real world is done by my department, and we we wanted that actually the full story, as you said, seems to be grounded, that you believe that it could be happening next village. You can imagine yourself to be there, and some of us got that opportunity to channel. Some of us got the opportunity to make those kind of miracles, and we for us as a special effects department, it's just a great playground, where you can really bring your ideas and how to make it. It's just it's a great work, because you got the task. Hey, how would you think that we should done this kind of trick? And you just go back to your workshop, and you just try, and they give some samples and offers, and suddenly it works, and it's on the screen, and it looks great and perfect.
It sounds like a lot of fun that you just kind of get to go wild with it, but then you like a lot of testing. And it looks great. It looks great. Could you two talk about the collaboration process of how do you work together to choose what's going to be kind of like built and then what's going to be kind of the special effects, and like how do you collaborate and work together to decide that?
In general, like let's talk about the example. You saw some episodes of the second season. You did.
I've seen the first three. Yeah.
Okay, so for example, at the end of the episode 2, there's that palanquin with Lady Surot coming into the Atuan's Mill village. And that palanquin was actually designed in our department, discussing a lot, about the scale, about how it looks like, how many slaves do we have around that, kind of conceptually. And after we did a kind of first model of it, and we went, to Ondrej, to SFX team, and discuss, okay, how we will move that, thing, how we will be able to move it and turn it and because the thing which was requested by the director that actually it's coming and turning, so we see it's a physical thing, it's there, it's not a visual effects, it's coming there as a physical palanquin, but we know that we don't have a strong enough slaves to hold it, so that has to be done by the special effects. And after that we discussed with the visual effects what part could be visible, what part could be real. And after we spoke with directors, like how they want to, what they want to see, what they want to achieve. And that was that moment that actually, once the palanquin is actually moving, it was shot the other day than the moment when the palanquin was steady, because in that steady palanquin, we had a chance to do, not see any engine, anything underneath the palanquin. So that was really that kind of typical thing, that small approach of the pyramid is actually, there was a lot of work to do and a lot of discussion how to make it work and looks natural, looks physical, but also kind of almost like coming from the dream board, because the request was it looks like a floating above the ground, like a Hoover floating above the ground somehow. But it's not as easy as it sounds,
Yeah, it's a great scene, when they're actually bringing her, Lady Surok on that palanquin, and it was great work. We had to. It's a lot of steel work underneath, So back to the base, special effects. It's done mostly on the welding table, So we have to cut the metal and just do the constructions and then make it with engine alive or movable or whatever, we is the best for the solution. But yeah, this is a great example where we actually, most of the departments met, like our directors, they had to just make the scales, make the design. Ondrej made the design, then we make it practically moving on the set, and then the visual effects came and clean the stuff which the audience wouldn't like to see, and all it looks finally great.
It sounds like a lot of collaboration, it's complicated, but it's still a lot for me to grasp. And but yeah, it works. It's very seamless, and thank you for that. Being kind of I'm very much a fan of your work, but I'm not an expert in it. I don't know it, but in doing these interviews, what do you want to talk about that interviewers aren't asking about?
It's very hard, the thing is that which is tricky about these an early interview is that you didn't see all the episodes, you didn't see the whole season, and of course audience didn't see this, so we couldn't talk about something which could be the possible spoiler. So the thing is that of course ideal conversation is after the release all of these episodes and talking about overall concept, if that concept does work, if that if that general idea actually for the season does work for the audience and for the journalists and everybody, that they feel okay, the concept which we described is actually there or is not there. So it's kind of more this discussion could be done after that the whole show will be released and everybody will have a chance to see it, and we can talk about the details there.
Yeah, we can't say a lot what's gonna happen there, but it's a great show. It's full of action. It's full of drama. There are great locations which you're gonna see. It's epic. So there are moments, and I like it very much, and I'm so proud that I was part of it. And hopefully after you see the whole season, you say, yeah, great, they really did good job, and we hope that we did it because we were trying.
Just from a fan perspective, I love how it looks. It's a gorgeous show, and yeah. But that's my time. Thank you so much, Ondrej.
Thank you.
Yeah, can't wait for everyone to see Wheel of Time
Thank
season
you.
2, and appreciate you,
All
the
right.
world you
Thank you.
created.
Thank you.